Fell, and I'm the Food Systems Priority Lead for the Arizona Sustainability Alliance. I'm here today to talk to you all about our Food Tech for the Future program that currently operates in 7 schools around the valley in grades 2nd through 12. So, what the Food Tech for the Future program does is bring food computer technology to schools to help students learn about growing food, agriculture, and then the science behind how food grows and how environmental conditions can impact food growth and food productivity. So behind me is a food computer. This is our MVP, or minimum viable product, that we model that we started building with schools in 2019. As you can see, the computer has been very productive, as usually we take this model around to events to showcase. Maybe you saw us at the SciTech Festival last year with it, but now that it's been sitting at home during quarantine, it's gotten pretty big. So I've been harvesting maybe every 2 weeks, and it's just crazy out of control, growing mint, and there's green onions and basil. And so I was gonna clean it up before I did this presentation, but I wanted to show you all just how crazy it can get in there. And a couple of our schools, the Global Academy of Phoenix, has even expanded upon this model to build, I think it's like 4 or 5 feet tall by 3 feet long, and to grow corn in there. So the students have been able to do some pretty cool things. I'm excited to share more about this, about food computers with you.
So I'll go ahead and start off with some pictures and a little background to get you familiar with the Food Tech project. So we started in 2019 with a team of volunteers from the Arizona Sustainability Alliance, ASU, local high schools, who were interested in learning more about food computers and how we might implement them in educational settings. And so we used blueprints that were made available through an open source program at MIT, and they had an online platform with a great wealth of resources and lots of people to help. And so we made a lot of great connections there. In 2019, we started working with the Glendale High School Science Club, and they took the computer that we built as a pilot and copied it. So they had 2 computers in their classroom and built the whole second computer, including soldering, wiring, everything you see here. And now we try to make sure every school gets 2 computers so that they can do controlled experiments to learn how food grows best. And since this project went so well, we began expanding to more schools in fall of 2019, including the Global Academy of Phoenix, where we worked with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And they built the giant computer and 3 additional computers for their classrooms. This year, we've been able to keep all of our schools engaged in the program through virtual programming that we're doing online, and while we're also piloting a new food computer model with Mars Farm. So we have a lot of exciting changes happening this year, and we're excited to keep expanding the program. So with that background being said, I will go ahead and give you a tour of the food computers starting now. All right, so we'll go ahead and start off at the top. This is known as the brain of the computer and houses all the electrical components within a metal box. So inside this brain, there's a Raspberry Pi, a relay board, a water pump, and then all of the electrical wires. So this is what connects the greenhouse to the actual computer and make sure everything communicates and stays on schedule.
So I've gone ahead and cleaned out the food computer so I can go ahead and give you a tour of the inside. So there's 2 5-gallon reservoirs in here where the plants grow out of. In each reservoir, we've drilled 10 holes, and that's where the plants grow out of. So within each of the 10 holes, we have a net cup, and then inside the net cup goes a piece of rock wool where the seed is planted, and then the roots grow down into the reservoir. Connected to the reservoir is the oxygen pump. So this is connected to the top at the brain of the computer where the pump is stored, and then it pumps oxygen down into here to keep the water oxygenated. We add nutrients manually, so that's not a part of the pumping system, but still very important. At the top here we have a lighting system, so that not only helps to light the plants, but also can help regulate temperature and add some heat. So that is one of the things that we can code into the MVP model is lighting and how often the lights go on and off. We also have two fans. There's a fan right here that blows air inside and outside, which helps to regulate the temperature, and then a circulation fan here at the top. There's up in this corner is a temperature and humidity sensor that's connected to the computer. We can monitor temperature and humidity, but we can only adjust temperature, and that's again with the fans and the lighting system. We also have a camera up in this corner, so the camera can record plant growth. You can also code that and take a certain number of pictures per day, however often you'd like, and make some pretty cool time-lapse photography. All right, so now I want to kind of just give you a quick tour of what the interface looks like. This is kind of an older model. I have the older software, so we're going to be doing another video on the more up-to-date Mars Farm food computers that we've started using this year. So just a forewarning, my technology is a little bit outdated, but there's a dashboard where you can kind of preview what the variables have been set at and how they kind of change throughout the day. There's the cron tab function where you can change time functions, so when the lights come on and off, how often the sensors are logged, how often it takes a picture, things like that in this screen here. So this is kind of where you get a little bit of the coding experience. There's also the pictures like the time lapse we just saw, and you can see how things change every day. So this is always fun to go through with students and just kind of see what's changed since the last time you took a look. So that was my computer exploding with food.